Doing here, how did you hear about the office?
So actually one of his friends is a soldier, his soldier spouse actually told me about this, and I was just telling her about our journey and how we have trials and stuff like that. So she just recommended it. She said it was a long journey, but she said that it was definitely worth it coming down here.
And you guys been trying for the past 4 months kind of
Yes.
thing?
Yeah.
Whenever you do the test, it's always negative?
Yes.
Okay, so no miscarriages, nothing?
No.
Okay. Any other health issues, like any pain, discomfort, anything?
Sometimes I do get like lower back pain, and I carry a lot of stress in my shoulders.
More right side, left side?
More on my left side than my right side. In regards to like past history, I've been diagnosed with junior rheumatoid arthritis at the age of 6.
Okay.
And I was kind of put into remission at the age of 13 just because I had no more flare-ups, and it was primarily in all of my joints, from like my hips down. Nothing really too severe. They did say if I was like immobile or if I was like not active, then I would become immobile by the time I was like in my mid to late teens. So I started a lot of sports because of that.
Were you born C-section or normal?
Normal.
Normal.
Mm-hmm.
Your spine is like a 2 highway from the brain to your body.
Right.
Wherever there's a misalignment or a distortion in the spine itself, we call it subluxation. That has 3 components: physical, emotional, and chemical. Physical is like micro traumas and micro traumas, like fall and slips. On the phone, I remember you told me you had past 2018.
Right.
You had a fall, right?
In 2018, I was actually involved in a car accident where I was hit from the right side, from my passenger side. I was not hospitalized. They took a CT scan, MRI, everything checked out, so they released me then. But it was in 2020 when I did have a slip and fall on the mountain while I was snowboarding.
Okay. Anything when you were younger, remember?
Not that I remember now.
Okay. So basically that's where things start. Even from birth, things can affect the spine. And then you got the thoughts, which is your emotion, stress, and all that. All this energy, where does it go? It goes and gets stored in here. Then the third one is the chemical, where pharmaceutical product, processed food, all that stuff, environmental things, can all alter the body. And then we have a disconnect between the brain and wherever that nerve, the nerve root has, one nerve root can have so many branches that goes to many organs. And it can affect and alter that organ. Instead of 100%, it can work at 20%. Sometimes it can be diminished. And then the symptom shows later. It doesn't have, that's the byproduct of it. And all I'm gonna do is just check your spine. Later on, if we need to do some gut stuff, we can talk about it, but 90% of people's problem is always the spine. And basically that's what I'm gonna walk you through. Do you have any surgeries in your life?
No.
Okay.
Never had a surgery.
Anything else that you want to tell me?
No, not really. I've currently missed my last period, so I'm kind of waiting test results on that. I did take some labs done this week. I believe it's on Tuesday.
But all the tests were negative?
But all my at-home pregnancies tests were negative, yes.
Okay. During this, I told you I had a couple of females come in here, like at least 9 that got pregnant. The fastest of them were 1 adjustment, but everybody's different, and some people in 3 months, some people in 2 weeks. You had multiple tailbone injuries, whether you were younger, and then the one that you mentioned about a year ago. But if you see here, when I look at this side, all I'm looking at is how healthy the discs are. And in your case, all the discs are healthy, and the curvature also. We need those curvatures to protect us throughout life, because that's what absorbs any traumas.
Right.
When we get to the top, you can see the neck is going like the opposite direction. This neck should be more like a C-section, a C curve.
Okay.
And when we get migraines or headaches, that's typically what I see, but it all kind of stems from the upper neck here. And usually all of this compensating for what's happening. If you can see, it should be more like a straight line, right? Then you got a knuckle here, you got another knuckle here, and then that's 1 fall, 2 fall, 3 fall, multiple. Now the disc didn't get affected, which is good, but the curvature has altered on this side. We won't call this a scoliosis, but it's just a leaning happening because of what happened to the tailbone. The tailbone is like a butterfly. It can go left and right. All the nerves that comes from here, when the swelling, when I examine it will make more sense. When all the swelling inside here, when you get misaligned, the swelling comes in here and blocks the message. And when I examine, you're gonna feel some tenderness, even though like now we're sitting, there's no problems, right?
Right.
And those tendon spots are the spot that interfering with the message from the brain. And if I find things here, I don't have any business of working with this if I don't stabilize them. To the right, if you can see. I'll put it on my head and make it more clear. You see where the head kind of stand?
Right.
Right here. So, but when the body comes back to center, because you can't walk like this, right?
Right.
So the body always come back and do that. But all this distortion happened because of a lot of misalignment that's happened here. One is the pelvis, and then two is your tailbone. The X-ray tells me how things are misaligned, but then I have to find it on you. The major I'm seeing from here is S3 and S4, and probably that's where we're gonna start. This nerve goes straight to, if you look down the back here, they go straight to the sexual organs and ovaries, and also the uterus. Do you get a lot of cramps during your cycles?
Yeah, like sharp, very, very sharp pain.
Are you like bedridden, or you can?
No, I can walk around.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many days does it last, or how many hours?
Usually one day and anywhere between 8 and 10 hours, so
Okay.
almost the whole day.
Gotcha.
Or
So
half day, sorry.
it's a journey also. As we do this, I mean, if you get pregnant, then that's the goal. But if you have cycle, it will subside.
All right.
Do you have any consultation?
No.
That's good. So when I do the exam, it's gonna show more. But it's kind of typical, you know, the pattern that people comes in with. How old are you?
I'm 27.
So you're young. Same. The lady that I had I have it on Instagram. That was one adjustment. She was about 24, 25. So she was young. The younger, the healthier, the better the result. The faster the results. Sorry. The up and down is good, but out and in, the right side has gone in 8 millimeter. But at the same time, your tailbone is like a butterfly. You can go this way and this way. It has gone this way 6 millimeter. So I'll put here 9 in, 8. But as I said, imagine this is the first floor, but I have problems at the bottom, right?
Right.
It doesn't make sense. If I find it on you, I'm probably gonna find this and that. It doesn't make sense I fix this before I stabilize the bottom, right?
Right.
Because the first floor is gonna be wobbling if I don't stabilize the basement first, which is, if I do this one. It's probably gonna start down here before we move to this one. And then we'll see what happened after that. And then, so as you walk, there isn't a lot of, in the tailbone or in the pelvis, there isn't a lot of movement. It's kind of, your movement all coming from the lumbar. So your pelvis is not going up and down, it's kind of swinging back and forth.
Okay.
So we'll check that afterward. I'm gonna have you have a seat here. Facing that way, yep. And then you can come behind me. That was the first part of the exam. The second part is just looking at, this is your first adjustment, right?
Yes.
Okay. You see here, it matches the X-ray. The right shoulder is lower. There's a lot of edema around this area. And then the forward head curvature, not only it's got straight, but it's going the opposite direction. So that would be a whole time working on that to kind of restore the curve. It takes from 3 months to 6 months for things to heal and kind of restore. Now, if you go on the back, as I go down the spine, you can see here, there's a lot of, like, this is smooth, but then when we get here, there's a lot of like swelling, we call that. This is not fat, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of swelling here trying to protect something that is out of alignment. And once I examine you, as I said, it was from the X-ray, it's probably all the way down, S4, S3. This is a meter, it goes right and left. That's what makes up where the inflammation is.
Okay.
25 is the worst, 0 is nothing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pass it along the spine to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
When you hit your head on, when you, the injury with skating,
Yes.
did you fall on your back or kind of like the side?
More on my left side,
I'm getting,
and I did hit my head.
okay. I'm not getting a break up there. I'm getting more of, you hit your head, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting more of just heat. Right there, about 15 point. Right there. All the way there. Actually a break. Got another one here. Around 8, 9. And then point at S4. So the third part is I'm gonna statically palpate and see what's going on. It's a lot of inflammation. Now I see redness here as I do this, a lot of redness.
Mm-hmm.
Either dehydration or your body is acidic. So a lot of water is recommended, and I like coconut water because of the electrolytes, and then add some vegetable to your diet. Now I'm gonna start walking around. If anything tender, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna start with the right side. You feel this?
Yes.
Okay. That's the top, middle, bottom. Which one's worse? Top, right?
Yes.
Right there. And that's the B6. You see that B6-L?
Yes.
That's R, sorry. So that's what I talked about, the first floor here. And then we go to S2. You feel that?
Yes.
Left side.
Not as much as my
Not
right.
as much. Because the right side is kind of like tilted.
Right.
You see how all the spinous is tilting like to the right?
Yes.
And it's gonna follow it all the way up. So as I said, I'm not gonna start here. S2 is there. 3, you feel that?
Yes.
How about 4? Which one is worse? 4 or 3?
3.
3. And 2?
No. 3.
3. And that's the knuckle looking on the x-ray. 5? A little bit?
No.
No.
Not as much as 3.
Okay. This is 3 and this is the right tailbone. It's tender. We're gonna check that after I adjust 3. If it clears, then the body took care of it. If it doesn't, then I have to work on it.
Okay.
I'll go up the spine. All of this is compensating. When this tilted this way, you can see those spinous in the back kind of all rotate, and then they come back to center.
Right.
And then they rotate, and come back to center. All the way until I get it. You feel this?
Mm-hmm.
More here, more here.
The second one. That one.
8 or 9.
8.
8. Now, as I said, this got tilted this way and then took everything with it. Now you're not pregnant, but when you're pregnant, I'll talk to you more about what's important with the tailbone for pregnancy and how the position of the baby and all that stuff. All of this is good until I get to right. You feel that?
Yes.
More the side, more the top.
Side.
There.
Yes.
How about this side? Nothing.
No.
And it's kind of like the domino effect. This tilted this way, took all the spine with it, came back, and it kind of missed. I call this the penthouse here. Mm-hmm. This is the basement, this is the penthouse. Out of 10, what would you say this is?
Like a 9.
Okay, right there.
Oh.
it holds the brainstem. So remember we talked about parasympathetic?
Yes.
This is parasympathetic and this is parasympathetic. That's why you're not able to kind of sleep and stay asleep, and then you're always kind of anxious because you're stuck in this, which is what sympathetic, fight and flight.
Right.
Once we open this, body's gonna be able to go back and forth. And then that's for regenerating and reproduction. So you can conceive if you're stuck in fight and flight.
Right.
You can do things from the outside, you know, herbs, stimulate, all that stuff, but the root cause is your spine is out.
Right.
So if I don't fix the root cause, well, we're not gonna get the result. We can supplement all that other stuff, no problem, to enhance it, but, and I'm not treating anything, I'm just restoring balance to the body. Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna start with is the tailbone.
Okay.
Let me see how much you turn to the right. That's okay. That's okay. Now it is tender, but when I move it, it moves. See?
Right.
It's not like stuck. So that tells me it's a compensation for the building. And that's the foundation theory of gonstead. I got S3, I got T8, which is adrenals, stress. And we found that this BS, the R side here, if I clear this and this clear, that's it. If not, we'll work on it. And we go step by step every time. Now in 6 months, I'll take another X-ray and see what difference of in this curvature should be better, and then what changes here too. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Do you ever get pain down in your ankle or knees?
No.
Okay, that's good. You're just gonna feel me pump it a little bit, and then through, okay? I want you to relax as much as you can. Let the shoulder go. That's great. You felt it?
Yes.
That was good. Deep breath. Give it a little bit more. That's the rest. That was nice and easy. Alright. What about this?
Not as much. No.
Nothing, right?
No.
So that BR sacrum, it cleared by itself just by adjusting that. Now, let me check the reading. Actually, before I check the reading, let's see what happened here. Different?
Yes. Not as painful.
Okay. It was 9. What would you say now?
Yeah, like a 4.
That's good. So that's the goal, stabilizing the foundation. But we're still gonna that break right about there. That 8 we're still gonna do that one. Because the spine goes that way, I gotta follow it along the spine. All of this is heat. Yeah, no break. That's good. So we'll do ahead and go 8. Still tender here?
Yes.
But this is, see, even the movement has changed. Okay, let's go do 8. A little bit more. And then kind of like, yep, wrist here. Let the belly go down all the way. Nice. We did PLI on T8. Right about there. Oh, already went. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's the rest. Nice and easy. Good. And take it down coming up. Just what's
I'm feeling like lighter. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
Lighter. But there's not even any like soreness on my left side anymore.
okay, kind of subside, right?
Right.
Yeah. Because that tailbone was tilted and we put it back. Now, your homework is gonna be a lot of walking, like 40 minutes a day. When we give you ice pack, it might feel sore when I adjusted. I only adjusted the tailbone here and T8. So the tailbone, gonna put it 20 minutes when you get home, and then 20 minutes before you sleep.
Okay.
Kind of do it 3 days in a row, and then just a lot of walking. The more sitting, the worse kind of the pain is, or the soreness is. Every 4 to 5 days, the body's gonna come back to how it used to, but not as bad. So we just gotta keep pushing it, kind of thing.
Okay.
We go week by week, and then as thing as hold it in the mirror, and then your body, that tenderness you felt is not there anymore.
Right.
I'm gonna make it more like once every 2 weeks. The most we see you once every 3 weeks. Nothing there, right?
No.
Does everything make sense?
Yes.
Any question?
No. So as you said, within like 4 days, it'll start to move back, but it's
Yeah, the tissues wanna kind of go back to the old pattern
okay.
in 4 or 5 days, but not as bad, not as severe.
Okay.
So the meter, this one was 10 point and this one was 10 point. Next time, that was what also like 10 to 15, but it wasn't a break, it was just heat,
Okay.
which that means it's compensating. The more I stabilize below, the more this get better. I'm affecting this even though I didn't touch it, right?
Right.
And that's your parasympathetic. That's what tells your body to adapt and sleep and regenerate. Now your hormones kind of balance themselves out. Just make sure that 9 and 2. Now 9 is going the other 0. Right there. That's good. And calms down. Right. Just heat 5 point. Okay. I'll put some essential oil. I use young living. This is Valor. It helps the muscles. Kind of like that. Now, how far are you coming from?
We're 2 hours away.
2 hours.
Yes.
So, what another day you can make next week?
That would just be her, not me. I have a class.
What day works?
Tuesday,
I would push it a little bit farther.
Friday.
That works. Because today's Saturday. And let's check the top too, just to see. See, I didn't even have to touch it, and I was 0. That is 0 right there. And that's the gonstead thing. If you don't stabilize this and you start working on that, then you're making these things worse.
Right.
You stabilize the foundation, the body holds better. You said, so sleeping, I want you kind of like monitor sleeping,
Okay.
and then your stress level,
Okay.
and then the headache, the migraine you said.
Okay.
For the migraine, is it every day or every other day?
No, it's not.
It's
that,
random.
It's random. Yeah.
And you get the aura too?
Yes.
Oh. So from now until Friday, you just let me know if
Okay.
any of these things occur.
Okay.
And a lot of water.
And a lot of walking.
Yep. So we don't have any rotation because so that's the ice. What the disc doesn't like rotation. So when it misaligns, it goes back, and you can go right on the disc has kind of like layers in it. It doesn't like twerks. So when we start twerking, it can get injured or degenerative. So basically we're just bringing this from back to forward on top of the disc. And you can hear it more loudly here than on that table. If we do the back on the side, sometimes you can hear it more.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do any twisting. I have 2 herniated discs, and then my C4, C3 is degenerated right now. So I'm like,
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when that happens, things above and below, they start kind of feel this way. And how are you?
I'm okay. I have a very bad migraine.
Okay.
So I had been out yesterday and today it was very much of a struggle to get up this morning. So.
How's it been since last Saturday?
Today or yesterday was the only migraine that I had these last 2 weeks.
Since last 2 weeks, okay.
But man, it's a bad one.
Got you.
Yeah, on a scale of like 1 to 10, I was at like a 10 yesterday. I couldn't even get up to exercise. So it's just been bad.
Yeah, and that's about like the gap that I told you. It's about like 5 to 6 days. Kind of like push things more forward the right direction. But beside that, how has it been?
Yeah, so I've been monitoring. I did pretty well on my sleep. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Tuesday, I woke up for just like 15 minutes and then I was able to fall back to sleep. Wednesday was the same. Thursday, I woke up and I was up for an hour. And then Friday, yesterday, I was pretty even. Like I didn't wake up, so pretty good on that.
All that kind of like new for you from before?
Yeah, the Saturday, I was really shocked. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I was like really shocked that I didn't wake up. And then Tuesday rolled around and I was like, oh, like I wish I would have just slept a little bit longer.
Yeah, it goes up and down, right? Yeah. So just one adjustment, just kind of recap so people understand. We opened that parasympathetic and we talked about parasympathetic being dominant and rest and digest and regenerate. And if we have that block either in the tailbone or in the neck, and for you when I adjusted just the tailbone, I opened both, so your body can go back and forth instead of being stuck here in sympathetic all day. You can do this, right? It's automatic, so you gotta switch. Also like coping with your daily stressors and all that stuff. Yeah.
Something else that I was like seeing is on Tuesday, I had like a sharp pain down in my like tailbone a little bit on my left side, and on Wednesday I had it a little further up on my lower back on the right side. So those are just like two pains that I noticed. But other than that, like I've been doing really well with my exercising. Yesterday I did exercise for just like 15 minutes, but I was so exhausted, especially from my migraine. I just like couldn't. But the rest of the days I was doing really well.
Okay.
Not fatigued very much or anything like that afterwards.
Does fatigue change too?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So.
And we did T9. So I did the sacrum and T9. T9 goes to adrenals, and that what gives you the kind of like sympathetic fight and flight kick in the morning. Right. So if the message is not going to the adrenal 100%, you're getting 30% based on how much subluxation was there. You're getting less message to the adrenal, so you're not getting all the hormones you need to kind of start your day kind of thing. Yeah. Have a seat, let me check you. Anything with pregnancy yet?
No, so actually I did go to the doctors. We did the test for like through the labs. It came back negative. There was no ultrasounds that were performed, but I do have an ultrasound for next Friday. And we just talked a little bit about that.
So the physical part of the subluxation, I'm doing it with you, taking it out of the spine. Then the emotional is kind of on you to kind of like, that will make you more capable of coping through the stresses that you have. And then the chemical part, you gotta take any toxins, pharmaceutical product, any environmental toxins around you, food, all that stuff, and let the body heal. Right. It takes at least 90 to 60 days. Sometimes some people like a year, depends, but you're young, so it should not be that long. Right. And just give it time. Don't think like, oh, it's not working, something like that. It's just, we gotta trust the process and keep that mental health kind of in the positive direction. Right. And let's see what you got today. And I always tell people that the only thing you have is like, okay, I was born and my mom and dad give me some genetics and I have my hair, my skin, the way my frame is. That's all I got. Everything else is epigenetic. How is the environment around you? Now that top one, I'm only getting 10-point heat. Were you sore at all?
I was a little sore, but down near my tailbone area,
Mm-hmm.
not towards my neck.
Got you.
But it only lasted that Saturday and Sunday, and by Monday it was gone.
Good. I'm still getting the adrenals, where you said it helped a lot with the fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
About 10 point. Now it's been a week. Usually I'd see people like less than 5 days the first visit, but because of distance, we kind of worked it out.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Let's go and check and see what you got. I want to start from the bottom first. Anything on the right? Middle? Bottom? This side? So pelvis is good. Let's go to tailbone. We'll go S2, S3, a little bit there,
Yeah.
S4. So still at S4. How about 5?
No.
There. Just a tiny bit, right?
Just a bit, yeah.
Not like last time.
Yeah.
Okay, we push it the right direction. That area controls the ovaries. Now L3 also control the ovaries, but I haven't, for now the L3 hasn't been an issue or showed up on the meter, but if it does, well, anything there?
No.
Good. A little bit?
Yes.
Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Yeah. And then we gotta check. You remember how bad this was?
Yeah.
How is it now?
Doesn't feel bad at all.
See? We didn't even touch it. Yeah, last time I couldn't even move that. So we're on the same right track. Just have to give it another adjustment. All right. Ready to do it again?
Yeah. So where are you seeing, like down here
Mhm.
near my tailbone? Are you still seeing it in the S4, S3
Yeah.
area?
Not it hasn't moved to. So we kind of like work from the bottom up.
Okay.
That you see that curvature here.
Right.
If something, usually that's a compensation for what's happening on your tailbone because it's tilted this way.
Right.
Taking everything with it and then coming back. That from 9 goes all the way like this way. So I'm focusing my exam on what I find, and I found S4 and T9.
Right.
As you go, things might shift in here, but most of the time it stays the same unless it takes longer for things to shift. So we just gotta watch it and see how. Usually for the ovaries, it's the S3, S4, or the L3 here in the lumbar. But if I'm fixing this, I'm affecting globally too. So it's not
Right.
one thing can affect another.
And are you still seeing anything up with the 9?
Yeah, I got 10 point today.
Okay.
And that's your stress and adrenals and kind of like fight and flight, give you energy. And as I said, every time we take a little bit of that layer until we get to the kind of middle of it.
Yeah.
It's like an onion, right?
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah, you
We'll peel back the layers a little bit.
Yes. So when I got a kid that is like really just was born today, that kid has one layer of nervous system, which is 9 months
Okay.
in the womb.
Right.
So imagine I cleared that nervous system from there. He has a clear nervous system, but if it's not addressed at that age, you go about life, they go through the milestone. Every 9 months, there's a layer added to it that is going kind of like not to health, rather than if I'm adjusting him regularly, his body is growing toward health and toward disease kind of thing or something like that.
Right.
So we're just feeling it, and things gonna shift. Your arms go here. And then let your shoulder go relax. Good. So I'm gonna be 2, 3, right there. Scoot up just a tiny bit. Right there is good. And let the shoulder relax. Good. The short leg is not there, so no torque on this one. We're just gonna. That's it. You felt that? Okay. Now I'm gonna do T9 here also. Stay like that. I know we did it in the knee chest last time, but give it a try over here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Easy. Easier than last time, right?
Yes.
Okay. Coming up. And walk around a little bit.
I didn't feel the tailbone one when you first did it, but after you walked to the other side or something like that, then I started to feel it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's not as stuck as before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll see the reading. If we need to do it more on the side, we'll do it. Okay. A little bit looser.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have a seat. Let me see. Much better. Anything there?
A little on my left.
Still some here? Yeah. Okay. That curve in here. Kind of all heat. Yep. So I'm still gonna do it on the side a little bit.
Okay.
Didn't clear. We'll go here.
How would you like me to do it?
Let's see. On your side, facing me. No. On your side. Yep. And then screw forward a little bit. Okay. This one's straight. This one goes here. I'll take that one. And then your head goes here. Like this. I want you to scoot forward a little bit. Good. Keep that one straight. Maybe from... Yeah, right. So it's the same thing. I'm just gonna. I know it's your first time on this one.
Yeah.
So 2, 3, a little bit out, 4. You're gonna feel like you're gonna roll, but I got you the whole time.
Okay.
No worries. All you gotta do is just stay limp as much as you can, and lock that foot behind the knee.
There?
I'll show you. Just like, yep.
Okay.
2, 3. Okay, lift that shoulder up. Good here on the shoulder. It's easy here on you, on the shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you want to move? You see that? That's the rest of it. A little bit more. That's it. Come up. And walk a little bit. And all right, have a seat. Let's see if it changes. Are you headed back or going to the city?
Headed back.
Gotcha. Different, right?
Yeah.
So S4 is good. Yep, all of this is good. Let's see if we got anything. I'm getting something higher now. Around 6 and 5, that's your digestive system. Go up. And back. Anything there?
On the right side?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
A little bit, right?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. How about 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Or 6.
5 more.
So 5 just showed up. See, that's a new layer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5. And before, when I examined you, that wasn't there, right? Now it's like not happy because something shifted at the foundation. We're gonna do 5.
Okay.
We'll go to the knee chest here. And let me just move this way. All right, knees first. And arms on the side. Here it's good. Can I let the chest go? Scoot down a little bit. 1 second, let me change. Good. You see, it's like a Lego, right? 5 is same thing. PLI at 5. Taking it from the TB, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. You feel that? You take it from the side still. All that twerking, it's like a towel, the whole spine just unleashing. That was home run. 3, 2, 1. It was huge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the 9 last time, this is how 9 today it was like some movement, not much. Come up. And this area will control the curvature of the neck for you. So it makes it more working on that. Just gonna like go in now. What does it feel like?
Yeah, that felt like the first one when we did it on the 9 before.
Kind of like spicy, I'd say, like a little bit.
Yeah, like air lifted a little bit.
Good. Have a seat. And that's the layers I talked about. So 5 wasn't there last time, but because we did 9 and 9 is getting stabilized, 5 showed up. Now each level of the spine control like things like extremity, posture and things like that, but then the other component is the automatic nervous system to the organs. You see? It opens up, right?
Yeah.
Nice. I would ice if today, more at 5, and then 5-20 minutes, the tailbone about maybe 5 minutes when you get home before you sleep. And I put some oils for you. Just keep it cool. It's called Deep Relief from Young Living. Do you have migraine right now?
Very sensitive when I'm looking at the windows.
Okay.
And I still feel it like back here.
Okay. Is it as intense?
No.
It's less, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you walk out of here, go home, walk around, and things gonna open up. Migraine usually are caused either from here or the top of the upper back, but as I said, I didn't adjust like T2 or the Atlas, but I adjusted below, and that kind of changed the mechanic here and opened things up. So the aura takes time, and as we work on this, it will change for you. The second part is the gut, right? So as much as you can, anything in a box, kind of avoid eating.
Yeah.
More from the ground. Just like fruit, vegetable, and good meat, and then bone broth is good to start healing the gut too. You know, from pharmaceutical stuff and processed food that we eat all the time back in the days. So, and if you still feel sore, just ice it, as I said, and still keep it at a week for now, and we'll see how things will go. What day works for you?